digital credential, I would like to come back on the physical document a few minutes, because by the way, they are still a solid link to the chain of trust, and this is where the digital world can start. So I would like to introduce you and face this with you, the interest of developing and having on your own document security features that can be inspected automatically, so-called optical machine authentication. And by the way, it's perfectly liaising with the subject of our symposium, which is about streamlining border control. So I would like to discuss with you the evolution of security features design, and in particular the trends towards optical machine authentication security features that seems to be an answer to the challenge the market is facing. So in this ecosystem, the travel market ecosystem, we have different stakeholders: immigration control, the airport, and of course the citizen, the individual. And I would like to illustrate how, with this automated document inspection, we can provide more security at the border, we can create fluidity in the airport, and I would like also to to reposition the individual at the core of these discussions, because at the end, all the stakeholders are working to provide the travelers a safe and seamless journey. Third, I would like to broaden the discussions outside the wall of the airports, because you know that the inspections of documents not only happen at the border, but they are also used to when you pass an exam, when you want to open a bank account, when you want to get a subscription for a mobile phone. So this is important to provide people and even private sectors means to inspect in an easy way the documents. All in all, at the end of this presentation, what I would like you to recall is the importance, finally, to have security features that can play a role, an important role in the chain of security, flow facilitation, and convenience for the user. So our first challenge about security, as a matter of fact, you all know that you can travel without having a chip working on your passport. Chip is great, of course, but you can cross the border with a simple paper document or with a chip which is not working. So it's important to introduce manual inspection of physical security to be, and of course we can't be sure if we do this manual inspection that it's 100% sure. Let me tell you a story about a travel that I had in June to move to SDW event. Maybe you attended also this event in London. So I was leaving Paris early in the morning, 6 o'clock, and arrived at Gare du Nord station to go to London. And there were a queue like 10, 15 meters. Nobody was moving. We were out standing there. There were a problem apparently. After a few minutes, finally, it was moving a little, and I see on the hand left side a lane that was working a bit speeder. So I say, okay, I take it. I go this way. And I arrived at the gate, and there were very little people before me. Super. I put my passport on the reader, and finally it was not working. I had a problem with the chip reading. And so it was rejected, and I had to go to the manual inspections. I came there. There were a guy, you know. Everybody was very nervous because of the crowd, and of course people didn't want to miss their train. And the guy put the passport on the reader and see that it was indeed not working, and it just, with the stress, with the fact that he was working for 30, 45 minutes inspecting documents, didn't have the availability, etc., to really make a true verifications. So what did he do? Wouldn't be more easy to people having just a scanner that can check that the physical security, where the chip is not working, are fine and can be inspected to prove that the document is authentic? Of course, all those challenges coming from the fact that we see a growing air traffic. And we know that the number of travelers is about to double, if it's not triple, in the coming years. So this is a real challenge to in the same time provide more security and fluidity. And for us, obviously, as a user, the interest, we don't like to queue. We don't like to queue, and we don't understand when we can't, use e-gate because the chip is broken or because the antenna has an issue. So finally, what would really make sense is to embark on your document, on your passport, on your ID cards, security features that the machine can verify in an automated way. And of course, there are two kinds of verification to be done there. First, we have to prove that the document is authentic. It has not been counterfeited. It's not a clone. It's not a copy. It is manufactured by an accredited factory. And in the other hand, we want also to make sure that the document has not been forged, meaning that the personal data have not been replaced. The photo is the original one. This is exactly the challenge that we are overcoming with IDEMIA, with a certain number of security features. So I will just illustrate two of them. One, it's called lasing, which technology is a kind of, it's a laser image, a color laser image, engraved in the polycarbonate, which is made of a very specific structure. So we create a kind of matrix, so the document is very complex to reproduce. We need specific printers to print the matrix, and then we apply with the laser techniques, we create the color by masking some of the colors to create the effect. So first of all, the technology is very difficult to reproduce. It's very difficult also without knowing how to apply it, the personalization, so the laser engraving. And we have developed the means to authenticate this lasing matrix thanks to the unique frequency domain that is attached to the matrix itself. So it's, we can observe it in the visible spectrum or in infrared spectrum. And with this unique signature, which is also created at the time you laminate the document, because when you laminate, you create a kind of deformation, which creates a unique pattern. Associated also with unicity of colors, we can easily detect if the image is a true one. The inspection is very easy. It's a matter of seconds. Second illustration, which this one aims at making sure that the personal data have not been altered, is called Doxil. So what is the principle? The principle is to create kind of descriptor of the photo of the holder that is combined together with the biographic data. All this is signed and represented under a nice shape. So this, the shape that we present today is a flower, but it might be any kind of shape of your choice that goes together with the artwork of your document, of course. The beauty here is that, of course, as for lasing, by the way, the inspection can be done by a border scanner or e-gate, but also by a simple smartphone. So we are lasing here the inspection from the government perspective to any people that are not skilled or trained to inspect a document, like banks, like the telco, and all the private institutions that need to make sure that your document is authentic. Again, the verification is a matter of seconds. The beauty with Doxil is that you can also use the same principle even with documents that are legacy documents. So in that case, you are not going to produce a seal, a physical seal, laser engraved on the document itself, but you can store a descriptor of the picture on the database. So you need to know the portrait in advance in order to create this descriptor, and at the time the document is inspected, the picture of the document is sent over to the database, and it is checked against the descriptor that was originally stored there. So you understand the principle. The photo, we prove that way that the photo has not been altered. Obviously, the signature on a physical document is created by government keys, so by secrets that just the issuer knows. So nobody can reproduce the same. So finally, in the chain of the security, with the automated inspections, we give the proof that the document is genuine, that the personal data have not been altered, And obviously, the link between the real user and the document, so the holder and the document that is presented, is usually done thanks to biometric inspection, or facial recognitions, or fingerprints, etc. So at the end, we have a real chain of trust with those 3 different levels of verification. So this is great. It exists. It's not for tomorrow, it's for today. So security features, we can propose them to you, of course. We can demonstrate them to you also on our booth. So please visit us and apply it. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Ce fut un plaisir.
Maybe you have questions.